With its distinctive swimming pools in the upper deck, there's a look inside Everbank Stadium here in Duval County, Florida. Two teams here that came into the NFL together back in 1995, and off we go between the Jags and the Panthers. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. It's Young off play action. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Slot man moves right. And they just get the play off. Now Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. Taken down at the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Looking to throw, Young. And that's incomplete.
Nice play on the football, and while it was tipped in the air and made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground, you just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games, emotions come into play. Nerves come into play. And despite the training, the ball was tipped up. Fortunately for them, they didn't pay for that error.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10. At their own 27. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now Lawrence. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. 3rd and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Draw play, ETN. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A short throw there to Strange. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Straight ahead, ETN. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. This is 2nd and 8. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hunter. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunter. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Lawrence will throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
From the 31, here's second down and 3. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Young working out of the gun. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, Young. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN down to about the 45. Second down and 8. And they'll go again with ETN. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. To the 36-yard line. Stop there. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Etienne down at the 25. Here's a 2nd and 8. Etienne up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Off to Thomas on the left side. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Going for it, here's Etienne. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The slot man in motion right. Out of the gun, it's Young. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Second down and a yard. Throwing, Young. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A quick throw by Young, caught out wide. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Two yards to go, second down. On play action, Young. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Now 2nd and 5. Young to throw it. That's taken in. It's Xavier Liggett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now here's Young. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
The tight end in motion right. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
They went to their big body tight end on 2nd down in hopes that he could plow his way to a first down, but they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Young. That one complete to Liggett. Stiff-armed him. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Here's Young from the shotgun. And it's caught. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, if you do read man covers, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and goal from the 1. Young will set to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Adam Thielen from a yard out. And the Panthers are able to move back in front. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Third down and 1. They'll run with Etienne. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Etienne once more. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Second down and 4.
Here is Young.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Young. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Young. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the 3rd quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trail by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Here's Lawrence to throw.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Here's Lawrence.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is fielded at the 27.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
Tyson Campbell up to make the stop. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Looking to throw, Young. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Young working out of the gun.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll play fake. Now Young.
That one complete to Liggett.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 19. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. It'll be Young again. And that's complete to Sanders. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Second and 2, 1st down marker at the 8.
And they just get the play off. Now Young.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So finally, a 1st down run. The offensive line has got to feel a whole lot better about themselves, because I think they were starting to wonder, were we ever going to solve this defense and be able to do what we like to do, which is run the football.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Xavier Legette.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Lawrence.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
That is caught. And some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
On the counter, ETN.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Lawrence will throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
ETN will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Now Young.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. throwing. Young.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
On third down, here's a run by Hubbard.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Young to throw it.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
And once again, this is Sanders.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
On the give, this is Hubbard. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
11 yards and a Panther first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now here's Young. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
And was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And his kick here is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Now Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Lawrence, now this is Etienne on the draw. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 68 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Seemed like they picked an excellent time there, Charles, to go with the draw play.
They certainly did. Caught him a little over-eager trying to get into the backfield and get to the quarterback. They used their speed and their aggressiveness against them, didn't they?
They go play action now. Lawrence.
It's complete to Brown, right side. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Back to the ground with Etienne.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now Lawrence to throw.
He completes it to Hunter. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now Lawrence.
And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A give to Etienne running right.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hunter. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a first and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The way he roared up and made that play, that tells me that he spent a lot of time in the film room analyzing what this offense does, and he saw something that convinced him he didn't have to worry about the pass. He could just go right now and make a play. I think if you're the offensive team, you better file that away a little bit. Maybe think about some play action down the road. You might catch him deep.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Well, in my time in football, I've yet to see a playbook that draws up offensive plays designed to lose yardage. A running play loses yardage on first down. They try and throw it, take a sack on second down. What can the offensive coordinator come up with here on third down?
On third and goal, Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away from going back on top here in the fourth.
Point after here coming up. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This offense so far on third down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw, Young. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 13.
They'll look to ETN to start things out.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
77 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
Pushes past him. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And ETN going to have a Jags first down as he'll get this up to the 45-yard line. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
And they'll go again with ETN.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
Second and 11 now. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Lawrence to a knee, and that will write a finish to this one.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other, and they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.